Coming up, we look at a 5th sleeper room at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
Hello my friends, it's David here from Beyond the Kingdoms, and welcome to day 2 of Hotel Week, where we're exploring some great Disney hotels for a fun summer escape. And today's resort really fits the theme well if you're looking for a tropical getaway. Now, you have heard me say in the past that I'm not a huge fan of the moderates because they're really big and spread out. But I cannot deny that Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort has 2 game-changing features: rooms with a 5th sleeper bed, and the fact that it's the only moderate on the Skyliner. But before we talk about all that, let's do a quick overview.
Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort was the first moderate hotel to open at Disney World on October 1st, 1988. Now, even though the resort is nearly 33 years old, it has seen some significant changes over the years. In 2009, Disney debuted the pirate-themed rooms to tie into the popular film franchise. Spoiler alert, they're not really the best rooms to book at Disney World, but I will discuss that later. The standard rooms were then refurbished in 2015, upgrading the beds from 2 doubles to 2 queen-size beds, and the creation of the 5th sleeper room, which we will look at in more detail today. And then finally, in 2018, Old Port Royale received a big facelift to serve as the new official lobby to the hotel. I absolutely love this new and improved look at Caribbean Beach. It provides a fresh and colorful setting that is perfect for a vacation in Florida. Along with this upgrade, a new table service restaurant also debuted, Sebastian's Bistro, as did the nearby pool bar, Banana Cabana. The resort's main quick service restaurant, Centertown Market, also saw a few changes to the menu, and there is technically a second small quick service at the far end of the resort called Spyglass Grill. Now, technically, Caribbean Beach is classified as being in the Epcot resort area, but it's actually closer to Hollywood Studios. In fact, thanks to the Disney Skyliner, this is as close as you can get currently to Disney's 3rd theme park. That is until the Star Wars Hotel opens in 2022. Disney's newest transportation system will also get you to the backdoor entrance of Epcot in about 10 to 15 minutes. Now, in terms of pricing, Caribbean Beach has historically been the cheapest moderate hotel at Disney World. But these days, all the moderates are really a toss-up. But the addition of the Skyliner has certainly added value to this hotel. It's the only moderate resort to offer a second mode of transportation, on top of the traditional bus service to the parks. If you live in a colder climate and crave a relaxing tropical resort for your next Disney vacation, Caribbean Beach is a great option if you want to stay in the moderate price range.
In the last Hotel Week I did, I highlighted a cabin at Fort Wilderness because I think that can be a really good room for a family of 5 or maybe even 6. But both the cabins at Fort Wilderness and the family suites at Art of Animation can kind of sit at a high price point. But that is because they offer a kitchen or kitchenette. So if you're a family of 5 who don't want to do your own cooking and you're looking for the cheapest option on Disney property, then a 5th sleeper room is the way to go. And Caribbean Beach is one of 2 moderates that offer this. So let's take a tour of this specific room category.
All of the rooms at Caribbean Beach come in at 314 square feet. This applies to the standard rooms for 4, the pirate rooms, and the 5th sleeper room. For comparison, the only other moderate resort with a 5th sleeper room is Port Orleans Riverside, which is also at 314 square feet. The next standard room up with a 5th sleeper bed will take you to the deluxe category, with the boardwalk at 370 square feet, followed by both yacht and beach club at 381 square feet. The 5th sleeper room at Caribbean Beach comes with 2 queen beds. Now, while some newer hotels have space underneath the beds for storage, these do not. And that extra 5th sleeper is a twin-size bed that pulls down from the TV unit. Next to the TV unit, there is a mini fridge, as well as a basic coffee machine. Then finally, we arrive at the bathroom. One difference you'll see from a value to a moderate resort at Disney World is the introduction of a double sink. This is especially helpful in this case when you have a family of 5. Next to the sink is an open closet area equipped with an ironing board, and a safe. And then you have a traditional shower tub combo and toilet. Overall, the 5th sleeper rooms at Caribbean Beach are very economical for the family of 5 who want to stay within an acceptable budget at Disney. But it's still a nice step up from a value if you want extra style and flair. Especially if you like your room to look like something straight out of Adventureland in the Magic Kingdom.
Now, Caribbean Beach has a lot of options when it comes to booking an accessible room. But at this particular resort, you really have to check the fine print because you may be limited in your view options. I also believe that some accessible rooms still have the decor in place from before the big refurbishment that happened a few years ago. So it may be best to call Disney directly or your travel agent for this one to really make sure you're booking a room that has everything you need and would expect. But like always, I will leave a link in the description below for more details.
Now, I have always said that I'm not a huge fan of the moderate hotels at Disney because of their large size. I think it's best to only stay at these resorts if you're traveling with your own car. And this is why I like Grand Destino Tower at Coronado Springs the most, followed by Port Orleans French Quarter. But the rooms at those 2 resorts do not sleep 5. So if you need that extra bed and you want to keep things within a budget, you'll have to accept a more spread out moderate resort like Caribbean Beach. This resort is made up of 5 different villages, named after some popular Caribbean islands. There is Aruba, Jamaica, Martinique, Barbados, and Trinidad. If you're wondering which village is the best one to stay at, there is no easy answer. Each village has its own pros and cons. Choosing the right one is down to what you value the most. If you book a preferred room at Caribbean Beach, you'll either be in Martinique or Barbados. These are both on the east side of the resort. These villages are only a 5-minute walk to Old Port Royal, where the main feature pool is, and all major dining. In my opinion, Barbados is perhaps slightly better because it's closer to the main hub station for the Skyliner. Now, all of the pirate-themed rooms are located in Trinidad. And if you're placed somewhere like Building 39 all the way at the end, you'll probably have the biggest walk to Old Port Royal, which is a little over 10 minutes. This is one of the reasons why I think the pirate rooms are not a great option. The beds are also not very comfortable, and there are 2 double beds as opposed to the queen beds in the other rooms. If you book a standard room at this resort, you'll be in one of the villages on the west side. That's Jamaica and Aruba. Jamaica could be considered the better of the 2 because again, it's close to the big Skyliner station. During my stay, I was in building 56 of Aruba, all the way at the back corner. But even though there was a bigger walk to Old Port Royale, I could literally see the Riviera Skyliner station as soon as I walked out the front door. So I probably had the best location if Epcot was the major priority. And this proves my point that every village really does have a plus and minus side. So I think it's best to call the resort before you arrive if you want to put in a more specific request. I say a room in either building 44, 45, or 46 in Jamaica is the best option. You'll be very central to everything, close to both the Skyliner station and the pathway that leads directly to Old Port Royale. But my quick tip is for those of you traveling without a car, and that is to utilize the special van service with Bell's services. During my visit, I saw plenty of guests dragging suitcases across this huge resort. I say take some cash with you and tip a bellhop to escort you straight to your room in a comfortable air-conditioned van. It really does beat lugging those suitcases.
While the large size of this resort may put you off, I must reiterate that this is the only moderate on the Skyliner. In fact, you can hop aboard a gondola from 2 different stations depending on where your exact room is located. So allow me to finish up today's video with a quick look at transportation links and other amenities here at Caribbean Beach.
The main hub station for the Disney Skyliner is located right next to Jamaica, and you can catch all 3 lines on the system from here. There's also a Joffrey's coffee station nearby, so if you're in a real hurry, you can grab a quick breakfast here before hopping on a gondola. The Hollywood Studios line from here will get you to the park in under 10 minutes. The second line you can catch from Caribbean Beach is to Pop Century and Art of Animation, which is just a 5-minute ride away. The third line will take you to Epcot. This is the longest line of the 3 and will get you to the International Gateway entrance in about 10 minutes once you board. The second mode of transportation to the parks from Caribbean Beach is the bus system. Now this is where things can get tricky. Each village at Caribbean Beach has its own bus stop. From here, you can catch a bus directly to the Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, or Disney Springs. Now it is possible that your bus will make a few stops at other villages before leaving the resort, but that depends on how crowded the bus is. Old Port Royale is the second place you can catch a bus. From here, you can usually catch a direct service to the 3 destinations I just mentioned. For the record, there is usually no bus service to Epcot or Hollywood Studios. You will have to take the Skyliner to these 2 parks. But if things get backed up at the Skyliner, I have seen Disney roll out extra buses to these parks on a really busy day. There is also an internal bus shuttle that circles the resort throughout the entire day. This bus will usually start at the Skyliner station, then travel to Jamaica, followed by Aruba, Martinique, Old Port Royale, Barbados, and Trinidad before returning to the Skyliner. So for example, if after a day in Hollywood Studios you don't want to walk back to your room in Aruba, you can catch the shuttle after you get off the Skyliner, and you're just 2 stops away from your room. Let's switch gears and talk about dining. Now I must admit that Caribbean Beach is not my favorite hotel when it comes to the food, which is pretty ironic seeing that my family is from the Caribbean. But there have been improvements that came along with the big upgrade at Old Port Royale. Sebastian's Bistro is now the hotel's only table service restaurant. This has yet to reopen since last year's closure, so I cannot comment much on this one. However, I did sample some dishes at the nearby Banana Cabana. It was just okay, but there is a terrific rum flight here if that's your drink of choice. Similar to Geyser Point at Wilderness Lodge, which we looked at yesterday, there are no reservations at Banana Cabana. This is technically a pool bar that serves some food. So put your name on the waiting list early here if you want to grab dinner. Then there are two quick service restaurants. The first is Spyglass Grill, located in the middle of the Trinidad buildings. This counter service food spot was created to solve the problem of guests staying in the pirate rooms who have a long walk to Old Port Royal. Again, this also remains closed, so I cannot comment on food quality. But Centertown Market is open, and it's the resort's main quick service restaurant, which is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They have decent dishes here, inspired by fresh flavors from the Caribbean. But thankfully, what Caribbean Beach lacks in food, it definitely makes up for in recreation. This resort surprisingly has its own marina, something that only deluxes usually have. So if you want to go on an early fishing excursion, you can indeed book that for an extra fee. Right in the middle of the lagoon is also Caribbean Key, where you'll find a playground and shaded lounge chairs if you just want to relax and take in the tropical sunsets. This is also where the resort holds movie Under the Stars. And then we have the Fuentes del Moro pool, located right in the middle of Old Port Royal. When you move up from a value to a moderate resort at Disney World, you get larger rooms and better pools. And this one is terrific. This pool is loosely inspired by the famous fort scene in San Juan, Puerto Rico, named Castillo San Felipe del Moro. Disney's version serves as the main focal point of the feature pool. This zero-entry pool includes several water jets shooting out of cannons, and not one, but two slides. There's also a small hot tub on the backside of the fort for the adults, and a great pirate-themed splash pad for toddlers. Now, on top of the main feature pool, each village will also have its own quiet pool as well. These are not zero-entry pools, but they will provide an easy, quick dip just a few steps away from your room. For the record, if you book a room with a pool view at Caribbean Beach, you will overlook one of these quiet pools in your corresponding village. All in all, Caribbean Beach has definitely grown on me over the years. Access to the Skyliner has definitely added value to this resort and sets it apart from the other moderates. If you need a room with a fifth sleeper but don't want to go into the family suite price or those deluxe resorts, this will help keep things in your budget. I think because I live in South Florida and have lived here for the majority of my life, the Caribbean theme is not really unique to me. But I know that most visitors who come to Disney World do not have the luxury of living in warm climate throughout the entire year. So if a sunny tropical resort is what you need, this place will deliver.
So there you have it, folks, a quick tour of a fifth sleeper room at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. Now, day 3 of Hotel Week will take us to a value hotel inspired by some classic summer blockbusters, all-star movies. The rooms at this resort have been completely refurbished now, and they may change your perspective on this budget-friendly hotel, so make sure you come back and watch. But until then, thank you so much for watching, please take care of each other, and remember, if you can dream it, you can do it.